try to slowly let go of the urge to control everything and embrace the natural flow of life, in life, we always encounter various challenges. As a result, we often want to hold every detail firmly in our hands, whether it's the outcome of things, the timing of events, or the reactions of those around us. But you know what? This excessive desire for control is often like an invisible string, pulled tighter and tighter, and in the end, it often brings an indescribable sense of frustration to our hearts. Over time, we can't help but feel exhausted. We carefully plan every step, always thinking that as long as we work a little harder and push a little further, we can reach our goals. But in fact, such a forced way often blocks the things we truly want, making it difficult for them to approach. In fact, true success does not lie in our constant efforts. Sometimes, learning to let go can help us gain more. When we try to let go of that desire for control and are willing to believe in the gentle yet powerful force in the universe, everything our hearts truly desire seems to have the chance to slowly come to us. This kind of letting go is never about giving up our inner desires, but a deep trust, believing that the universe has its own arrangements, and what we pursue is actually already on the way. There is a saying in Buddhism that the universe is not a random force, but will truly respond to the energy we emit. This energy is like an invisible vibration, quietly passing between us and the world, and it is precisely formed by the convergence of our thoughts, emotions, and inner beliefs. When we can keep a calm heart, full of trust, and face everything with a positive attitude, the vibration we emit will be abundant and stable. At this time, the universe will also respond to us with the same vibration, gently sending more positive and beautiful things to our side. But if we fall into despair and anxiety and wholeheartedly chase what we think we must have, our vibration will quietly change its flavor. This kind of vibration with despair will make us go against the original natural flow of the universe, and also send a signal of "I am not enough" to the universe. When the universe receives such a signal, it will respond to this lack, making the feeling of not enough in our hearts stronger and stronger. On the contrary, when we try to take a step back, align our energy with what our hearts truly desire, and believe that it will come to us at the most appropriate time, our vibration will slowly change from lack to trust and abundance. In such alignment, the universe will start sending us various signals, opportunities, and connections, bringing us closer and closer to everything we desire. Buddhism also teaches us that sometimes, the more we want to control things, the more we will hinder the natural flow of life. Humans are born with a desire to control. We want to plan the future, predict what will happen, and ensure that everything goes according to our wishes. But when we cling to this desire for control, it's like building a wall between our hearts and the universe, creating unnecessary resistance. You can imagine that when you hold something tightly, your hand will clench tightly and become stiff. The harder you grasp, the harder it is to feel the thing in your hand, let alone enjoy it. Life is the same. When we want to control every result, every timing, and every step, our hearts will become tense, and the whole person will be like closed up, unable to make a little space for new things. But when we let go of control and are willing to submit to the natural flow of life, it's like opening a door and opening ourselves to the original appearance of life. This is by no means about passively doing nothing, but that we can release our obsession with those details and trust that the universe will handle the rest. In this world that always encourages us to work harder, move forward faster, and keep struggling, it sounds a bit unreasonable to regard calmness as a kind of attraction. We are always taught that success, love, and abundance will come only when we are exhausted from working, constantly chasing and struggling. But perhaps the real secret is not in constant pursuit, but in embracing that calmness. Calmness is not doing nothing, but living in that inner peace with clear awareness and focused intention. When we can remain calm, we can connect with our deeper selves, hear our inner intuition, and resonate with the flow of the universe. And only when we can live in peace with ourselves can we truly attract those things that our hearts deeply desire. Calmness is actually a very powerful and subtle attraction. It is like an energy that can slowly attract the life we want. In the wisdom of Buddhism, everything in the universe is connected through energy, just as a calm lake can clearly reflect the sky. And the scenery on the shore, when your heart is calm, your energy will also become clear, perfectly aligned with the things you want to attract. At this time, you create space for the universe to cooperate with you, rather than making it oppose you. You will no longer hinder the flow of opportunities, love, or abundance because the anxiety, impatience, or despair in your heart has gradually dissipated. When we feel anxious or in a hurry, we will emit a kind of disharmonious energy which rubs against the universe, just like walking against the current, struggling with all our strength, but only able to stay in place. But when we embrace calmness, we can follow the natural flow of life and let it gently guide us. See calmness as an art of no longer resisting. When you stop fighting against everything in the present and simply accept the way things are in front of you, you create the perfect environment for beautiful things to come to you. In this fast-paced society that values success highly, we are always told that to get what we want, we must strive for it, chase it, and make it happen with our willpower. We work hard until we are exhausted, thinking that the more efforts we put in, the greater the achievements we will make. However, the real secret may not lie in striving for or pushing hard, but in letting go. Buddhism says that attachment is one of the main causes of suffering. When we are too attached to results, people, or things, we will hold on tightly, which instead creates resistance, blocks the natural flow of energy, and makes us unable to receive what the universe wants to give us. But letting go is not about giving up our dreams and goals, but about releasing control over the way these dreams are realized. You no longer force things to happen according to your ideas, but start to believe that the universe has a wiser plan, which may be much greater than you can imagine. Simply put, letting go means that you no longer try to control the outcome, no longer habitually worry about the future, and no longer get caught up in what you lack. Instead, you will focus on the present, live in this moment well, and believe that the path that belongs to you is unfolding step by step for you. This kind of letting go will create a lot of space, allowing new opportunities, new people, and new experiences to quietly enter your life. The more you let go, the more space you can make for those unexpected beauties in this world that pursues immediate satisfaction. Waiting seems to have become a difficult thing. We want to get what we want immediately, hoping that success, happiness, love, and all desires will come true right away. But Buddhism teaches us to learn to trust the timing, which is a very profound art that can change the way we view life and how everything unfolds. The universe does not run according to our schedule, nor does it follow the timeline set in our minds. It has its own sacred rhythm, which is perfectly in line with the journey of our souls and our higher goals. Just because something is not happening now does not mean it will never happen. In fact, the universe may be preparing something for us that is much more beautiful than we can imagine from our limited perspective now. When you are willing to trust the timing, you no longer need to force things to proceed step by step. Trusting the timing means letting go of the anxiety that hopes things will happen immediately, and believing that everything is unfolding in the way it should, even if it doesn't seem like that now. When you believe that the universe has a plan that is more grand and beautiful than anything you can force, a deep sense of peace and relief will rise in your heart. This is not to say that you should sit and do nothing, but to do your part well, live in the present, and let life unfold, slowly at its natural pace. There is a profound teaching in Buddhism. Our inner beliefs shape the reality we experience. This concept is similar to the law of attraction. What we can attract into our lives is what we think we deserve. With its infinite wisdom, the universe will not only respond to our wishes and desires, but also to the vibration we emit based on our perception of our own value and what we think we may have. When you believe that you deserve peace, success, and happiness, the universe will reflect these beliefs back to you. This is not arrogance or privilege, but recognizing that you are worthy of the good things in life. When you see your own value, you will slowly come together with the opportunities, people, and situations that can reflect this belief. On the contrary, if you feel that you are not worthy of success or happiness, and that you are destined to experience struggle or failure, then this belief will limit the possibilities that enter your life. The universe will respond to this belief by reinforcing your feeling of not enough. If there is a voice in your heart telling you, you don't deserve it, you will unconsciously block the flow of abundance, and the people and opportunities that should be aligned with your goals will become out of reach. Because your inner belief system, like an invisible wall, blocks the flow of energy, the key is to transform your belief system. Buddhism tells us that our perception of ourselves shapes our experiences. When we see that we are worthy of all the good things in life, we are no longer in a state of resistance, but resonate with the natural abundance that the universe constantly gives. You believe you are worthy, and this belief is the key to opening the doors that are waiting for you. Life has a gentle way of guiding us, doesn't it? Yet so often, it feels like a series of quiet tests moments that nudge us to grasp for control over every little detail. We find ourselves wanting to shape the outcomes, dictate the timing, and even direct how others might respond. The more we try to force things into place, the heavier that weight of frustration grows, leaving us feeling weary and drained. We map out each step with care, convinced that if we just try a little harder, push a bit more, and never loosen our grip, everything will finally fall into the order we imagine. But what if there's a softer truth here? What if the real secret to finding what you seek isn't in all that striving and pushing, but rather in learning to let go, to release your grip, and trust that the universe holds a gentle plan? In doing so, you might just unlock the natural flow of all that your heart truly desires. Today, let's drift into this art of surrender together, exploring why so much of what you've been reaching for is already making its way to you in its own perfect time. 1. The universe responds to your vibration, not your hurry in the quiet wisdom of Buddhism. There's a beautiful understanding. The universe isn't some random, chaotic force. It's more like a mirror, reflecting back the energy you send out into the world. This energy is what we might call your vibration, a subtle, constant signal that ripples from you to the world around you. Think of your vibration as the gentle hum of your being. It's woven from your thoughts, your feelings, and the quiet beliefs that live in your heart. When that hum is steady with calm, with trust, with a quiet sense of positivity, you're sending out a message of abundance and peace. And the universe, in its infinite kindness, responds by aligning your world with that same gentle frequency, drawing more of those good things toward you, like a soft breeze carrying petals. But when we're caught in hurry, tangled in anxiety, or chasing after what we think we need right now, that vibration shifts. In those moments of restlessness, we step out of life's natural flow. Without realizing it, we're telling the universe that we're in a place of lack, that we don't have enough, that we're incomplete. And the universe, ever mirroring, responds by echoing that feeling of scarcity, making it feel even heavier. Yet there's a simple shift that can happen when we pause. When we step back, take a breath, and align our energy with what we truly desire, trusting that it will arrive at the exact right moment something beautiful unfolds. Our vibration softens, shifting from that tight sense of lack to a warm, open trust in abundance. In that alignment, the universe begins to send little signs, a chance encounter, a quiet insight, a door gently opening. These are the threads that weave your desires closer to you. Pushing too hard, forcing things to fit your timeline, this is like trying to swim against a gentle current. You might think you're making progress, but all that effort only creates resistance, keeping what you seek at arm's length. The universe doesn't rush to meet your urgency. It flows to meet your vibration. When you release that desperate chase and settle into a calm confidence, trusting that good things are on their way, you create space for the universe to meet you halfway. The key, then, is to let your energy dance with what you want, not to clench around it. Release the need to control how and when it arrives, and trust that it's already making its way to you, step by gentle step. 2. What you try to control. You only block one of the most tender teachings in Buddhism is this: the more tightly we try to control life, the more we accidentally block its natural flow. It's only human to want to hold the reins, isn't it? We plan, we predict. We try to make sure every piece fits exactly as we imagine, all in the hope of feeling safe, of knowing what comes next. But when we cling to that need to control, we create a quiet resistance, both within ourselves and with the world around us. Imagine holding a delicate bird in your hand. If you grip too tightly, your fingers grow rigid, tense. The harder you hold on, the less you can feel the softness of its feathers, the warmth of its presence, and soon it can't breathe. In trying to keep it close, you push it away. Life is a little like that. When we try to control every outcome, every moment, every step, we grow tense and closed off. Our hearts and minds feel tight, leaving no space for new things to find their way, and no room for surprise, for grace, for the unexpected joys that often matter most. But when we let go of that need to control, when we surrender to life's gentle current, something opens up. We soften. This isn't about being passive, about doing nothing. It's about releasing the need to micromanage every detail and trusting that the universe is holding the rest with care. It means taking the steps that feel right, acting with purpose, but letting go of how things should turn out. This letting go isn't just for the world outside of us. It's for our inner world too. When we try to control our thoughts, our feelings, our reactions, clinging to what's comfortable, pushing away what's hard, we create a quiet storm within. That storm blocks the peace we seek. But when we surrender, when we let our thoughts and feelings flow like water, without trying to dam them up, that inner tension melts. And in that softening, magic finds room to grow. Letting go doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It means stopping the fight to make them come true in your way, and trusting that they might unfold in a way that's even more beautiful than you could plan. It means making space for miracles, for the right people, the perfect opportunities, the answers you've been seeking, to arrive naturally, without force. The more you try to control, the more you block. But when you let go, you create a clearing, a space where all that you desire can drift toward you, as gently as a leaf falling on a still pond. Trust in this process, and watch as life begins to move in ways you might never have imagined, but that feel exactly right. 3. In silence, the loudest truths are heard in this busy world of ours. Noise surrounds us, both the kind we hear with our ears and the kind that buzzes in our minds. The pings of phones, the rush of to-do lists, endless chatter of what-ifs and shoulds. It can feel like we're always moving, always thinking, always reacting. But in the quiet teachings of Buddhism, there's a profound truth. Some of the deepest wisdom, the clearest insights, aren't found in the noise. They're found in silence. Silence isn't just the absence of sound. It's a space, a soft, open place where truth can make itself known. When we quiet our minds, even for a moment, we create room to hear the gentle whispers of the universe, the quiet voice of our own hearts. Think of a lake on a windless morning. Its surface is still, smooth as glass. In that stillness, you can see all the way to the bottom, every stone, every ripple, every little fish swimming by. But if the wind picks up, if the water is churned by waves, everything becomes blurry. You can't see what's beneath. Our minds are a little like that lake. When they're churned by thoughts, by worry, by distraction, we can't see clearly. But when we let them settle, when we sink into silence suddenly, the answers we've been searching for start to rise to the surface, clear and bright. This silence is a strength, too, in our lives with others. In a world where so many are shouting to be heard, where we're taught to speak up, to compete, to be loud, choosing silence can feel like a revolution. It's not about weakness or avoiding what's hard. It's about knowing that sometimes saying nothing holds more power than any words. It's about protecting your peace and letting the universe know that you're grounded in your own calm, no matter what's happening around you. The more noise we fill our lives with, the less room we leave for the universe to speak to us. We get caught in the idea that we need to do more, say more, react more to make things happen. But the universe often speaks in whispers. A gentle nudge, a quiet feeling, a chance moment that feels too perfect to be random. If we're too busy talking, too caught in our own thoughts, we'll miss those whispers. Silence, though, lets us tune in. It connects us to something deeper to ourselves, to the world, to the quiet flow of life. In that connection, we find clarity. We start to see the little cues that guide us toward what we truly want. It's not about turning away from the world. It's about finding a still place within, so we can walk through life with more wisdom, more peace, more trust. In silence, you'll find your own strength. You'll find direction. You'll find a quiet bond with the universe that's always been there, waiting for you to slow down enough to feel it. When you embrace that silence, you open a door to all that your heart desires. 4. Trusting the timing of your life in a world that wants everything now, where we can order food with a tap, stream a show in seconds, and track every package's journey. It's easy to grow impatient with life's own pace. We want success now, happiness now, love now. We want all our dreams to bloom this very moment. But Buddhism teaches us a gentle, powerful art, trusting the timing of life. It's a practice that can soften how we walk through the world if we let it. The universe doesn't run on our schedules, you see. It doesn't check the deadlines we set in our minds. It moves to its own quiet rhythm, a rhythm that's perfectly in step with the journey of your soul, with the bigger, softer purpose that's guiding you, even when you can't see it. Just because something isn't happening right now doesn't mean it's not coming. In fact, the universe might be tending to something far more beautiful than you could ever imagine from where you stand today, something that needs a little more time to grow, to unfold, to be just right. Trusting timing means letting go of the need to rush. It means releasing that tight, anxious feeling that things should be happening faster. It's about having faith that life is unfolding exactly as it needs to, even when it doesn't look like it. When you trust that the universe is weaving a plan larger and more loving than any you could force, a deep peace settles in a sense that you're held, that you're not alone in this. This trust isn't about sitting back and doing nothing. It's about doing your part, taking the small, steady steps that feel right while staying rooted in the present moment. It's about letting life unfold at its own pace without pushing or pulling. Think of a flower bulb buried in the soil. You can't rush it to bloom. You can water it, give it light, but you can't force the stem to push up faster or the petals to unfurl before they're ready. It blooms when the time is right. We're a little like that bulb. When we try to force our lives to bloom before their season. We only create stress, only disrupt the natural flow. But when we trust the timing, when we let ourselves grow in our own season, we align with something bigger, something more harmonious. Those moments of waiting, those pauses, those delays, they're not obstacles. They're part of the process. Often, they're when the most important growth happens. They give you time to learn, to heal, to get clear on what you really want. They're when the universe is working behind the scenes, arranging the perfect conditions for your dreams to bloom. Trusting timing is an act of faith. It's saying, I don't see the whole picture, but I trust that what's meant for me is on its way. Patience isn't passive. It's a quiet, powerful choice to believe. When you trust that everything is unfolding in its own divine time, you free yourself to enjoy the journey, to savor the small moments, to grow, to rest. You realize that what's meant for you won't pass you by. It will arrive exactly when you're ready to receive it. So breathe. Let go of the hurry. Trust the timing. Your season is coming, and it will be more beautiful than you can imagine. 5. You draw to you what you believe you deserve. One of the most tender truths in Buddhism is this: the beliefs we hold in our hearts about ourselves, about our worth, shape the world we see, the life we live. It's a truth that dances hand in hand with the idea of the law of attraction, that we tend to draw into our lives what we believe we are worthy of receiving. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, doesn't just listen to what we say we want. It responds to the quiet vibration we send out, the one that comes from how we see ourselves, from what we deep down believe we deserve. When you hold a quiet, unshakable belief that you deserve peace, that you deserve success, that you deserve happiness, the universe mirrors that back to you. It's not about arrogance or thinking you're better than others. It's about knowing deep down that you are worthy of the good things life has to offer, just as you are. The moment you start to believe this, something shifts. You begin to notice opportunities that align with that belief, people who reflect that worth back to you, situations that feel like they were crafted just for you. It's as if a door opens and light streams in. But if in your heart you believe you don't deserve success, that you're meant to struggle, that happiness is for others, not for you, that belief acts like a quiet barrier. The universe, ever mirroring, will echo that feeling of lack back to you. If your inner voice whispers, "You're not good enough," you'll find yourself unconsciously pushing away the very abundance that's trying to reach you. Opportunities will feel out of reach. Connections will feel strained, because that inner belief creates a wall thin but strong between you and what you desire. Then is to tend to that inner garden of beliefs. Buddhism teaches us that how we see ourselves shapes every experience we have. When we choose to see ourselves as worthy of all the good life holds, love, joy, peace, abundance, we step out of resistance. We align with the natural flow of goodness that the universe is always offering, like a river that's been flowing all along, waiting for us to step into its current. You draw to you what you believe you deserve. Your belief is the key that unlocks the door to all that's waiting for you. This isn't about demanding or taking without care. It's about recognizing the inherent value that lives in you, just as it lives in every being. You are worthy of love, of success, of peace, of happiness. When you let this truth settle into your bones, when you live as if it's already true, you start to draw those things toward you like a magnet. The universe doesn't judge these beliefs as good or bad. It simply responds to the energy you send out. So if you choose to vibrate with the energy of someone who knows they deserve good things, the universe will respond in kind. Believing you deserve more doesn't mean things will fall into your lap without effort. It means you stop getting in your own way, stop doubting, stop self-sabotaging, stop shrinking back in fear. It means you take steps forward with courage, knowing that you're worthy of the opportunities that lie ahead. And because your energy is aligned with that truth, things start to shift in your favor. Doors that felt stuck begin to creak open. Blessings that felt out of reach start to drift closer. What you receive in life is a reflection of how much you believe you're worthy of receiving. As you grow into that sense of worth, you'll notice a gentle, powerful shift. The world will start to meet you where you are, with kindness, with abundance, with all that you've been waiting for. The universe is always ready to give. It's just waiting for you to believe that you're ready to receive. 6. Calmness is a kind of magic. All it's owning a world that shouts, do more, hustle harder, move faster. It can feel strange to think of calmness as something powerful, as a way to bring your dreams to life. We've been taught that success, love, and abundance only come to those who work until they're exhausted, who chase and strive without. Pause. But what if the truest magic isn't in the rushing? What if it's in the calm? Calmness isn't about doing nothing. It's about being present with clarity, with focus, with a quiet heart. When you're calm, you're able to connect with the wisest part of yourself, to listen to the soft voice of intuition, to align with the gentle flow of the universe. It's in those moments of peace that you become a magnet for all that your heart desires. Calmness is a quiet, powerful force. It's an energy that draws good things toward you, like a soft wind carrying seeds to fertile soil. In Buddhism, we learn that everything in the universe is connected by this invisible energy. Think of a still lake. Its surface is so clear that it reflects the sky, the trees, the clouds perfectly, without distortion. When you're calm, your energy is like that lake, clear, unclouded. It aligns with what you want to bring into your life, so that those things can find their way to you without resistance. When you're calm, you create space for the universe to work with you, not against you. You're no longer tangled in the web of anxiety, impatience, or fear, those feelings that block the flow of good things. Instead, you're open, soft, ready to receive. When we're anxious or rushed, our energy feels jagged, out of sync. It's like trying to swim upstream, fighting against the current with all our strength, getting nowhere fast. But when we sink into calmness, we let the current carry us. We move with life, not against it. Calmness is the art of letting go of resistance. It's about stopping the fight against what is, and simply accepting the present moment exactly as it is. In that acceptance, you create the perfect space for magic to unfold. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do to bring your dreams to life is to stop trying so hard. Instead of forcing, you allow. You trust that the universe is working, even when you can't see it, and you let yourself rest in that trust. Calmness is the fertile soil where your dreams can take root and grow. It's in the quiet moments, the ones where you stop striving and start believing, that your desires begin to take shape. When you trust the universe, when you let yourself be at peace with how things are unfolding, you send out a vibration of trust, of openness, of readiness. These are the qualities that draw all you need toward you. Calmness is an act of courage. It's a conscious choice to stay grounded, even when the world around you feels chaotic. It's choosing to align with the present moment, to release unnecessary stress, to trust that you're being guided. When you're calm, you're not distracted by fear or worry. You become a clear channel for your desires to flow through. This doesn't mean life will suddenly be perfect, with no effort needed. Calmness isn't about being passive. It's about acting from a place of peace. When you're calm, you make decisions with clarity. You pursue your goals with focus. You take steps with purpose because you're not clouded by doubt or hurry. Every action you take has more weight, more meaning, because it comes from a place of inner stillness. Calmness also lets you let go of obsessing over when or how your dreams will come true. You free yourself from the pressure of timelines and expectations. You stop trying to make the universe fit your schedule, and in doing so, you make space for miracles, for things to happen in ways you never could have planned. Calmness is the highest form of magic because it aligns you with life's own flow. When you're calm, you receive what you need, exactly when you need it. You become a magnet for all that is meant for you. Calmness doesn't just invite abundance, it creates a home for it to live in. When you embrace calmness, you're not just bringing your dreams to life, you're becoming the kind of person who can truly cherish them when they arrive. Calmness is your superpower. It's the key that unlocks all the universe has in store for you. 7. When you let go, you make space for miracles in this fast-moving world, where so much focus is on achieving, winning, getting ahead. We're often told that to have what we want, we must fight for it, chase it, make it happen. By sheer will, we push ourselves to the edge of exhaustion, thinking that more effort, more hustle, more control will bring us closer to our goals. But what if the greatest magic happens not when we grasp tighter, but when we let go? Letting go is one of the most powerful things we can do. In Buddhism, it's understood that holding too tightly to a person, a result, an idea is one of the main sources of suffering. When we attach ourselves too strongly to how things should be, we create a tension, a resistance that blocks the natural flow of life. This resistance keeps us from receiving all that the universe is trying to give us. We get so caught up in when and how things will happen that we miss the bigger picture, the one the universe is already painting, just out of our sight. When you choose to let go, you stop trying to control every little thing, and in that release, you make space for miracles. Letting go doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It means letting go of the need to control how they come true. It means stopping the fight to make things happen your way and trusting that the universe has a plan, one far more beautiful, far more wise than anything you could imagine. Simply put, letting go is releasing your grip on the outcome. It's ending the habit of worrying about the future, of dwelling on what you don't have. Instead, it's turning your attention to the present moment, this breath, this step, this day, and trusting that the path is being laid out for you, one gentle stone at a time. This kind of release opens up a world of possibility, new chances, new people, new experiences. They all find room to drift into your life when you're not busy clinging to what was or forcing what might be. The more you let go, the more space you create for magic to find you. Think of planting a seed. You can't control how quickly it grows or exactly how it will push through the soil, but you can tend to it, water it, give it light, protect it gently. The rest you leave to nature. It knows what to do. Your dreams are a little like that seed. When you let go of trying to control their growth, you let the universe guide them in ways you might never expect, ways they feel more right, more aligned than anything you could have forced. Letting go also means releasing the fear of losing what you have. When we're scared of losing someone or something, we hold on tighter, which only creates stress, worry, and distance. But when we release that fear, when we trust that even if things change, we will still be okay, we open ourselves to receive the abundance the universe is preparing for us. This isn't about caring less. It's about believing that you are worthy of good things, no matter what comes or goes. The most beautiful miracles often come from places we didn't see coming. When we let go of our fixed ideas about how life should be, we make space for the unexpected, for joy, for connection, for solutions we couldn't have imagined. We think we know what's best for us, but the universe, with its endless wisdom, sees so much more. When we loosen our grip, we let it shower us with blessings we never would have asked for, because we didn't know they existed. Letting go is an act of trust. It's saying, I may not see the whole path, but I trust that it's leading me where I need to go. This is where magic begins. The more you trust, the more the universe shows up for you in small, beautiful, surprising ways. The universe has a way of arranging things that's beyond our understanding. But it can only do that when we stop trying to micromanage every step of the journey. When you let go, you release old habits, old hurts, old stories that no longer serve you. You stop letting the past control your future, and you open yourself to fresh, new possibilities. Letting go is a choice, a conscious decision to release what's weighing you down and to trust in the journey. It's a brave, life-changing practice that clears the way for miracles. When you let go, you don't just make space for what you've asked for. You make space for something even better. So take a deep breath. Let your shoulders soften. Release the need to control. Trust that everything you wish for is already on its way, in its own perfect time. When you let go, you open the door for the greatest miracles of your life to step through. Right now, wherever you are, let yourself settle. Close your eyes if that feels good. Take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. Let your body grow heavy, supported by whatever holds you. Remind yourself, everything you need is already making its way to you. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to force it. You just have to trust. Trust the journey. Trust the universe. Trust yourself. Relax. Breathe. When you stop running, when you stop striving, everything you need will find you. Stay peaceful. Stay open. Let the universe bring you exactly what your heart truly deserves. If this message brought you a little peace today, carry that with you. And remember, everything is unfolding exactly as it's meant to. Overthinking is like a silent thief, quietly stealing your peace and stirring up chaos in your mind. It's so easy to get caught up in the storm of your thoughts, dwelling on the past, fretting over the future, or dissecting the present without end. If you're tired of feeling overwhelmed, if you're searching for a way to find inner peace, then this is for you. Buddhism holds timeless wisdom that can help free you from the grip of overthinking. Following, I want to share 6 Buddhist teachings with you. They're like small lanterns, guiding you toward a calmer, more tranquil state of mind. Let's gently step into these teachings together and find the clarity and peace we all deserve. 1. The past is gone. The future is unborn rest in the house. Present moment. How often do we let the past hold us captive? Regrets, guilt, and longing for what could have been wrap around us like a heavy cloak. Or we get trapped in the future, anxiously wondering what comes next, what might go wrong, or how we can prepare for the unknown. But the truth is, the past has flowed away like a river, never to return. The future remains hidden in mist, not yet arrived. The Buddhist teachings gently remind us of the importance of living in this moment. He said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future. Focus your mind on the present moment." This teaching invites us to loosen our grip on past regrets and future worries, and instead turn our attention to the only time that is truly real now. Think about it. This very moment, as you listen to these words, is all you ever have. Life unfolds in the present. Peace resides here too, if you allow yourself to be fully present, not pulled away by thoughts of then or later. In that presence, a deeper peace and clarity begin to grow. Overthinking fades when we learn to embrace the present, just as it is. There's a Buddhist story of a monk traveling with his young disciple. They came to a river. The monk crossed calmly, with ease, but the disciple hesitated, his mind swirling with fears. What if the current swept him away? The monk noticed his hesitation and said, "Do not worry, friend. The river flows on, but the only way to truly cross it is to be here now and trust this moment." This story teaches us, dwelling on past mistakes or future fears only keeps us from fully living the life that's right in front of us. 2. Thoughts are like clouds. Let them drift by. No need to grasp so often. Our thoughts feel overwhelming, as if we're drowning in a flood. The mind grows cluttered, like a stormy sky filled with dark clouds. But the Buddha invites us to see thoughts differently, as clouds in the sky, impermanent, fleeting, always changing. He said, "With our thoughts, we make the world." The key is not to cling to them, not to believe they define us. Just as clouds pass through the sky without leaving a trace, thoughts come and go. They do not shape who we are. When we stop clinging to them, we free ourselves from their power. Imagine sitting by a river, watching leaves float downstream. You don't reach out to grab each one, do you? You let them pass, knowing more will come. Treat your thoughts the same way. Let them arise. Let them fall away. Don't attach to them. Don't try to control them. Let them drift like clouds, and you'll find overthinking naturally softens. The Buddha once said, "Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think." This reminds us, by letting go of negative or restless thoughts, we can shape a life of greater clarity and peace. 3. Overthinking creates suffering. Let go of what you cannot control. The more we overthink, the heavier our suffering grows. We analyze every possible outcome, worry through every scenario, and cling tightly to things beyond our control. But this only breeds more stress and anxiety. The Buddha taught, suffering is not caused by the events of life, but by our reaction to them. In other words, it's not what happens to us that hurts. It's how we choose to hold on to it, to churn it over in our minds. When we overthink and fixate on things we cannot change, we invite unnecessary pain into our lives. Letting go of the need to control everything is essential. Learning to accept what is and release the illusion that we can control life is a powerful step toward breaking the cycle of overthinking. Ask yourself, is this something I can change? If not, let it be by surrendering the need to control. You free your mind from the endless loop of worry. The beloved Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh shared a story of a person struggling to push a heavy boulder uphill. They strained and complained, pouring all their energy into it, but the boulder never moved. Thich Nhat Hanh simply asked, "Why push a boulder that will not budge? Let go, and the path will clear." This lesson teaches us, overthinking and fighting against reality only exhaust us. Sometimes, letting go is the bravest, most empowering thing we can do. 4. Practice mindfulness. Anchor yourself in the breath. To quiet the mind fawns is the practice of paying full attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about noticing our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations, but not being swept away by them. One of the simplest ways to practice mindfulness is to focus on your breath. When your mind feels overwhelmed, return to your breath. Breathe in deeply, hold it softly, then exhale slowly. Each breath anchors you in the present, gently calming the mind. The Buddha said, "When the mind is calm, the breath is calm." This reflects the deep connection between our state of mind and the rhythm of our breathing. By anchoring ourselves in the breath, we can guide our minds into peace, stopping the cycle of overthinking. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Through mindfulness and breath awareness, you train your mind to stay calm and focused. The more you practice, the less power overthinking has over you. 5. Simplicity is freedom. Stop complicating life with unnecessary worries. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to overcomplicate life. We worry about work, relationships, appearance, the future, endless things. But Buddhism teaches that simplicity is the key to happiness and peace. When we simplify our lives, we release the burden of unnecessary worries. The Buddha often spoke of the importance of simplicity in both thought and action. In the Dhammapada, he said, "There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. This means happiness isn't something to chase or overthink. It's found in simple, everyday moments. By simplifying letting go of excess, focusing on what truly matters, we free ourselves from the cycle of overthinking. Zen monks live by a principle called shibumi, which celebrates the beauty of simplicity. One Zen master said, "The simpler the life, the more profound its meaning." They understood that by reducing mental clutter and focusing on essentials, they could experience a more peaceful, meaningful life. 6. Trust in impermanence. Nothing lasts forever. Not even your struggles. Nothing is permanent, including the struggles and challenges you face. The Buddhist teaching of impermanence reminds us that everything is in constant flux. This means even your overthinking, fears, and anxieties are temporary. They will pass. The Buddha said, "All conditioned things are impermanent. Strive on with diligence." This teaching invites us to trust that all things, good and bad, will eventually change. Overthinking often arises from a fear of permanence. We feel trapped in a bad situation, as if it will last forever. But when we recognize the impermanent nature of all things, we can let go of worry and find peace in the knowledge that life will shift. Nothing is fixed. Everything changes. Understanding this truth helps us accept that our struggles will pass. And overthinking doesn't have to dominate our lives. Now that you've explored these 6 Buddhist teachings to ease overthinking, it's time to let them take root. Embrace the present moment. Let go of unnecessary thoughts. Simplify your life. Trust in impermanence, knowing nothing lasts forever, not even your struggles. Remember, the mind is a powerful tool. With practice and patience, you can train it to focus, to calm, to find peace. If this message brought you peace, carry it gently. Share it with others who might need it. Let's walk this path of mindfulness and inner peace together. Stay present. Stay peaceful. May you find tranquility in every moment.